Okay.
Sir, the first point, sir, is that there is no time limit prescribed in the amendment, the bill which is being discussed over here regarding the adjudication of a Wakf matter by a Wakf tribunal. In any other tribunal, limit is prescribed. Within the particular time limit, this matter will be decided. That is not there.
Right.
The second, sir, is that all the cases that are now going on lower courts must be transferred to the tribunal which are going to be formed in the respective states. The third case, sir, Supreme Court has always said in many cases, once a Wakf, always a Wakf. Now, this particular sentence is not reflected in your bill. It should have been there that once a Wakf and always a Wakf. Fourth point, sir, regarding appointment to Central Wakf Council members and Wakf boards, not a single mention is made that the members who are going to be appointed or made or elected must have some knowledge of Wakf matters. They can be town planners, they can be this, they can be engineers, but what about knowledge of Wakf? That is not there. The fifth point, sir, what this bill, can the minister give assurance that the rent will be increased of Wakf board? I'll give you an example. In Kolkata, the governor house where governor is living is a Wakf property. And what is the rent that is being given? 159 rupees per month. Can he give an assurance that by passing of this bill, the rent will be increased of Wakf properties? Sixth point, sir, I would like to know, Supreme Court, in as latest as 2010, in a judgment of Ramesh Govindram and Sughra Humayun, has clearly said that, I am quoting the paragraph 32, 33, 34, 35, this judgment has curtailed the powers of tribunal. They have said that even the civil court can decide a Wakf matter. In this act, in this bill which is being discussed over here, the Honorable Minister has failed to tell us, completely failed to tell us, how will he overcome this Supreme Court judgment of Ramesh Govindram. I mean, something should have been introduced in the bill so that the tribunal can educate and dispute any lease, license, tenancy, any form of alienation or transfer certain rights. Sir, my 8th point is, survey of Wakf properties will, according, the survey will be done after the passage of the bill, not the survey of what the Wakf properties to the time of independence. Again, that is not there. Sir, my 9th point, sir, is about amendment to 48 to section 54, encroachment of Wakf properties. Why isn't that the Public Premises Eviction of Unauthorized Occupation Act 1971 is being applied to Wakf properties? Mr. Minister, you were the chairman of the Joint Parliamentary Committee. You had recommended. And now as a minister, you are failing to deliver. At least you have some sort of moral obligation. You being a chairman, you should have incorporated this. And how is it that the Law Ministry has rejected your proposal? I fail to understand. The reason I say that, in the state of Tamil Nadu, in the state of Andhra Pradesh, the Hindu endowment boards have complete eviction powers of encroachers. They have summary eviction powers. Now what you have done, a board will, the CO will tell the collector. At least I would request you, you have section 55 of Wakf Act 95. You make a provision that if magistrate fails to discharge the board order, then a disciplinary action should be taken by the judicial authority against the magistrate. Because neither the collector, neither the revenue people, neither the police, neither the judiciary at lower level will want to implement the Wakf order of the board. 10th point, sir. I fail to understand, seriously, that how can Jairam Ramesh has one policy and the minister another policy? You please see, भाई जरा ठहर जाइए. नहीं मैं बहुत अच्छा आपके लिए भी आऊँगा अभी. Amendment, sir, amendment 45.
Please let him finish.
Sir, amendment 45 to section 51, acquisition of Wakf land. Please see, sir, the bill says compensation should be at the prevailing market value or suitable reasonable solitude in lieu of acquired property. How is it that Jairam Ramesh is 4 times in rural areas and 2 times urban areas? Are you not getting along with Jairam Ramesh? Do you have something against Jairam Ramesh? That you have to have a different yardstick? Why don't you correct it? This is not a joke. How can a government in power have 2 different policies on acquisition of land? If it is Wakf land, it has to be prevailing market value or suitable. This is the contradiction in your own government. Please correct it. I had talked about any land acquisition made under law will have done in consultation with board. I'll give you, it has to be duly constituted board, not a board. If there is no board, like for example in Maharashtra, Mr. Mukesh Ambani being the richest man in India, had to occupy the land of Yatim Khana. Shame on his part that he had to occupy the land of orphans. Why? Because you don't have a board over there. The CEO in connivance with him gave a green signal. That is why you must have a duly constituted board. Not having that, you cannot stop this future occupation of land. Okay. And lastly, so I'm concluding, sir. Lastly, what is the definition of public purpose? Please tell me. You don't even define public purpose over here. Tomorrow, visualize the situation, sir. If a right-wing government comes into power, they can do anything. There are many contentious issues which are still pending. I am warning you, please correct this. And the last point, sir, on amendment of 60. Again, I don't know what is the meaning of if the property is required for public purpose. No definition. The government agency may make an application for rent or compensation. Sir, again, who will go there? Who will make it? And in Delhi, sir, my friend Shanawaz can help us over here. You can help us. Seriously, if you are really interested, I would request the BJP leader to help us. 123 properties are in DDDA, occupation of DDDA and the Land Development Office. Sir, the irony, please understand, sir. 123 properties have been given to Wakf Board. The DDA says we are handing over to you on the rent of 1 rupee per acre. What is this joke? And then Vishwa Hindu Parishad goes to court and gets a stay in 1984. What is the Wakf Board doing? What is the union government doing? Sir, I am concluding, sir. More than 30 years have passed. Nothing has happened. You cannot vacate a stay. You cannot vacate a stay. What is your whatever legal officers doing? Shame on them. And lastly, sir, please, sir, I request you, sir. I am making valid, pointed points. In last year budget, strengthening of state Wakf Board, 4.50 crores were allocated. Only 8 lakhs were given, Mr. Minister. Only 8 lakhs. How can you do that work? You take grant in aid to Wakf Board in 12 and 13, 3 crores, 20 lakhs, only 2 crores, 88 lakhs have been released. And then my friend from Khambam says, Chandrababu Naidu was protected Wakf property. Sir, I want to correct it. You please inquire. When he was the chief minister, he had given land, Wakf land to Microsoft. He had given Wakf land to Indian School of Business. He had given Wakf land to Infosys. He had given, and then when Congress came into power, they also did the same thing. 1700 land, I'm concluding, sir. 1700 Wakf land was given to all these people. This whole debate of Hyderabad UT is related to protect the 1700 acres. My request to Honorable Minister, please ensure that Attorney General does not appear on behalf of central government. How can Attorney General appear on behalf of central government against the Wakf property? This is totally wrong, sir. With these two statements, I thank you, sir.